at the West Jordan Town Center. One man being sent to the hospital earlier today. Let's get right out to our Bayan Wang. He's been on this story all day long. Bayan, what is the new information we're learning at this hour?
Well, Jordan, the Utah County Sheriff's Office basically just told us that their major crimes task force were investigating a drug operation. They located a suspect here in West Jordan. The members of that task force tried to pull this suspect over. There was some sort of altercation that happened, and then an officer-involved shooting happened. Let's pull up some footage that we got out here from earlier today, just before noon, when this scene was filled with law enforcement officials. You're going to go ahead and see that sedan, that suspect's vehicle, zoomed in, showing the bullet holes after that officer-involved shooting. That suspect was taken to the hospital in stable condition. We also learned that there was an officer on scene that was medically evaluated and released on scene as well. We're glad that they're doing okay, but really this was such a commotion, leaving retail employees in the area completely shocked. Take a listen.
We weren't sure what was going on. They pinned down that car against that pole, so I'm thinking like either people were shooting at the car before that happened, or they shot when he like got cornered.
And so before the Utah County Sheriff's Office released that new information, it was the West Jordan Police Department that was providing the media releases, that was speaking to the reporters. Why is that? Well, it's because it happened in the West Jordan Police Department. So they're investigating the shooting while the task force is continuing to investigate how it even led up to here. And let's be mindful, these members of the task force, they're local, state, and federal partners that are all involved with this team. So this isn't just some suspect that is selling a couple grams of meth or a half gram of fentanyl on the streets. Usually when these task forces get involved, it's for some pretty big drug operation that's happening. That hasn't been confirmed, but that's what we're hoping to learn more about. Jordan?
All right, Bayan, now you were there just as the scene broke out. You were talking to folks who watched this all unfold. What were they telling you this evening?
Well, just to my right, we have Zions Bank, and a lot of the employees there were telling me when this commotion unfolded, they were wondering, hey, do we have to be on lockdown? They're seeing police scattering around everywhere. Then a law enforcement officer went into that bank, told them, hey, we have this under control now. And of course, you heard that soundbite earlier from an employee at a barbershop here saying he came out, he saw the commotion, he went right back inside. And we also spoke to a an officer with a vest on that said ICE across the chest. So we were wondering at first, hey, is this some sort of ICE operation? The answer simply is no. This major crimes task force involves a whole bunch of different federal partners, as I was mentioning. So if it's a drug operation, as they mentioned, the DEA could potentially be involved, the FBI can be involved, even the U.S. Postal Service, the U.S. Marshal, whatever their investigation entails, whatever partners they need, when this task force is put together, they can call on those different partners. So we are trying to learn exactly which department opened fire here. West Jordan Police said, hey, that wasn't our officer. The task force, they have all these different departments involved. So which officer, which department was it? We're hoping to learn that information, Jordan.
All right, Bayan Wang for us live in West Jordan tonight. Thank you very much. Meantime,